Hi, everybody. It's Todd Cohen with another Sales Culture Toddcast. So I got to tell you, I'm having a blast right now. I mean, a lot of fun. Now, you may be thinking or not thinking why or who cares, but I'm going to tell you why. I got myself on an airplane, flew to Chicago, which is actually where I'm sitting now, and I did something that people have forgotten, I think, how to do or are looking for reasons not to do or generationally think there's better ways. I'm going on sales calls. I called a bunch of my clients and I said, you know what? I'm going to be in your city. Let's reconnect. There is nothing better than a face to face meeting. You can say all you want that all of the Facebook ads and YouTube ads and social media posts, and believe me, I do tons of it, replace the power of sitting across a table from somebody and building on, deepening, and extending your relationship. I call this avoiding the creepy crud of the complacency coma, or just avoiding complacency for short. You know, COVID has obviously asked us and forced us to change how we do everything. And I think in many cases, it's driven people back into some complacency about connecting with clients. Now, I'm not saying do this and be unsafe about it. Don't come back at me and say, well, we can't because of COVID. I get it. I'm doing everything safely. I'm wearing my mask. I'm sitting in a place on the airplane that, I feel comfortable in. I'm pre-certifying whatever you want to call it with my customers. I got to tell you, they're thrilled to have a visit. So I'm here in Chicago and I've done now 5 customer visits, 4 clients who have hired me for keynotes and workshops, and 1 prospect. Every single meeting I've had has been fun, rewarding, and I've booked new keynotes and a few new workshops, or I've gotten verbal commitment. Now, could I do that over email or Zoom? Yeah. But let's get real. There is nothing better than when you're in the same room with somebody and you can engage in an authentic way. You can see somebody's body language. You can react appropriately. You can have a conversation that's authentic. I get it. You can do this over Zoom, but aren't you sick of Zoom or meetings or whatever? Don't you have fatigue from all of this? I certainly do. Now, I've had people say to me, but this is more expensive. I'm not so sure that's true. I will do anything to avoid becoming complacent. I will do anything to stay out of the complacency coma. Look, when I started selling back in the dark ages, well, in the 80s for Xerox, we did something that horrifies people today. We knocked on doors. We went cold calling. Now, I don't know that that's practical today because of COVID, or is it practical, period, to actually go out and just knock on doors? Well, certainly a lot of places don't even let you do that. I am saying get off your ass, call a client and say, I'm going to be in town. Let's meet. Call a prospect that you've been wanting or negotiating or just you need to go connect with to make that final thing happen. Pick up the phone, get on a plane, get in the car, go do something. See people in a way that they can experience you. And by the way, it's harder to say no to somebody in person. We have got to get back to some of the basics. And building relationships face to face will never, ever go out of style. Let me say that again. Building relationships face to face will never go out of style. If you think it will, and you insist on putting your head in the sand, staying in your office, thinking this is easier or finding an easier way, let me know how that works out for you. As a keynote speaker, as somebody who does workshops, as somebody, I do a little bit of consulting. So much of the reason I have my work is because of the experience that people have when we're in a room together. This is why I'm making it my business to take the extra 10 steps and connect with clients, connect with prospects. By the way, they appreciate it. I have yet to have somebody say, no, 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 I don't want to meet with anybody. I had one client say to me yesterday, you know what? I wish other people would take the time to come out and see me. I'm lonely. That said it all to me. So get up off your tail feathers and take the extra effort. Quit relying on electronic means, social media. I'm not saying don't do social media. Like I said, I do tons of it. Find a reason, make the investment. Be in a city, be in a town, be somewhere, get in the car and ask people to see you. I promise you, you will have the same great time I'm having in Chicago right now. Hey, that's my lesson. That's my Toddcast. That's my business development Toddcast for the day. And this is how we're going to recover our businesses post-COVID. We make sure that you avoid the creepy crud of the coma of complacency. Say that 10 times fast. I'm Todd Cohen. Take care. And remember, everyone's in sales.